Hey kids, let's go ahead. And let me turn that down a little bit there. I got a live chat going here. It's the original Adam Hertz, Scott's House of HO, and Tinker. They're talking about the new amp chassis. Doing a little review on it. We're going to go ahead and work on the Trooper! Anyway, sorry, a little Iron Maiden reference there. First thing we're going to do is, you might be able to see right there, I had a little piece of some mirrored tack paper right there to increase the amount of light that comes off of these siren lights here. And I've got a couple other pieces to put in there. Just got to peel the backing off. And after we do that little quick cosmetic thing, we'll pop her open. We're going to change the chip out, and we're going to put a new guide on it, change the tires, clean everything up on the inside and grease it. You have to bear with me a moment here. This is very tricky to get to the... And I can't get this
Well, I mean, if you really look at, so this is an extraction chassis. So, I mean, let's just do a basic analysis. So, I mean, the first part that we have on an extraction chassis is, so we have to make the clip. Okay, so that's the first part that has to be made, is the clip. Right? Now the next part you've got.
Man, this is ridiculously tricky. All right, we got it.
So those are four parts that have to be manufactured. So that's adding the cost, okay?
All right, there we go.
Then you've got
Now we'll just slide that bad boy under there.
your wonderful commutators.
I'm going to take my flat screwdriver on the other side
I call them communicators because they're communicating the
and push it down.
the armature, okay?
You want to kind of do the same thing from this side.
Then you have the springs.
And you can't really see it in there.
You have the springs
So we got to do one more here. This one's being argumentative.
that are touching the commutators, all right? And then you have the magnets, okay? You got the two magnets, all right? So you have all these parts, okay? Now, that a lot of people like that, you know? I like that. I like parts. I like building my car. I like
Okay, we got it.
building it from scratch. Okay?
Thank you for your patience, everybody.
But when you look at the
Well, I thought I had it.
amp chassis, okay, there's the chassis, then you have the motor. That's it.
I did get it. Okay.
Part, okay? Now, you could say, well, Brian, there are many parts that make that motor. No, because they're buying, these motors are made complete, okay? So there's no human involvement.
Same process.
They're made in a factory, all by little computers.
By the way, I got this contact paper stuff at Hobby Lobby for 99 cents for a big square. So it's very affordable. All right, that's in there. All right, now let's pull this bad boy apart. The one thing this car doesn't have is a siren. I wish it did, but you know, it's all good. But we're gonna swap out the tires, clean the axles, all that good stuff. Since this is an older Evolution, the Mags don't have shims, so we don't got to worry about checking them out. Well, those tires look a lot thicker than the tires that are on the car, but they're the ones that the website said to use, so they look like they probably stretch a bit, so no biggie there.
I asked them this, are you sure you're not going to be getting rid of the pancake motors? No. They said to us, no, we are not getting rid of the pancake motors. Well, for one reason, Hobby Lobby loves those pancake motors. Okay, so you can't screw the goose if you decide to do. Oh, and today's episode is sponsored by Coca-Cola. I don't have any pizza because nobody bought me a pizza tonight. So now, if somebody wants to buy a pizza at Pizza, I'll have somebody go get it and bring it to me. Okay. So if somebody wants to buy me a pizza,
Okay.
now Dennis, I need to reach out to Dennis because I don't know who these guys are, but do you know who Thomas Grimm is?
I do not.
Because he's a live, somebody said he does a live stream or something. The Daily Grimm podcast. He bought me a pizza. You know what? It's so funny. Adam's been watching for 4 years. He's never bought me a pizza. Snuggles.
I bought you lunch several times. In the country farmhouse.
I don't think
I
so.
started there.
No, I don't think you bought me a lunch at Country Farm.
Oh, all the time.
All the time?
And then Ted did it, and then I think Rod Rodriguez has done it.
I don't know.
Got an interesting conversation going on over there.
Oh, my sister-in-law was here, so I had to go. She ordered pizza and pick it up from my house. So
My guess, Mark, is they don't know yet until they hit a final production number.
Correct.
All right, now we got a little bit of a problem here. These lights are here,
Question to the amp. What will the cost of the amp be compared to the extraction?
and there's not a...
So my
Okay, I think I need to buy a different digital chip that has lights on it, unless one of these is for the lights. I don't know. Or if I can just use this and wire it in. An interesting question. I'm gonna have to look into that. Well, I don't know. Interesting. The only way for me to find out would be to put it in there and find out. Okay, I think I know what to do.
Well, yeah, because they want to try to get a set into Walmart. Okay, see, here's what, and I've said this a million times. I know some people when I say this. If they get it, if they would ever put a set in Walmart, okay, but just be very clear.
Boy, sometimes getting these lights out is tricky. There we go.
Set in Walmart, it is going to explode.
Okay, this is interesting. These lights hook up to the same power leads here.
You know, I do 1,000 cars.
So they're piggybacked on there, so they activate right away.
1,000 cars.
I wonder if it's the same amount of power as these plugs is, because I'm gonna have to cut it regardless to get it in there. And there's a spare plug, and I could just tack on a spare plug I've got from the Carson chips onto these wires. I don't know if positive and negative matters though.
And she came to me, and I was taking van loads of product back to the shed. I mean, literally van loads every week.
Huh.
I mean, it was.
I'm not sure.
She came to me one day.
Oh well, let's do the tires.
So excited. She goes, "Oh, Brian, look
Boy, these tires are tiny.
What did you find, Kim? And she brings a box of 500 black 55 Bel Airs with the vibrator chassis, okay? Brand new, still wrapped in the plastic or the little tissue paper, okay? And then a week later, she found me a case of 400 of the empties.
Yep, those tires fit like a champ. Huh. They got to stretch a bit, but that's okay.
But those have all gone up in price now because those are all gone, and now they're, you know, and all these new people are jumping into the hobby. And so the goal is to get a set into Walmart. I'm just telling you right now. They
All right, tires are on. Go ahead and pop the guide.
So we sold 250,000 sets in 2008 and 250,000 I think in 2009 of the compact sets. Okay, and that was back. That was just compact 143rd, and I'm still getting. And this shows you the reach of that amount of product. Is I'm still getting people that will call me because my name and my number is on that box. So if you bought a set, okay, in 2008 or 9, and you open up the instructions, it says 1-800-877-729-2099. So and that number now goes to
All right.
So
So this has an enclosed rear axle, so we're not going to be able to really do any polishing on it. But we can get some grease in there. It looks very dry as well. Look at that.
That's why the amp chassis, people have to give the amp
So we'll go ahead and do that right now.
don't necessarily come out and just.
Where's the little grease one?
Is the amp chassis let's see, is the AMP still in prototype or is it it's still in prototype.
That's still a prototype from my understanding, Mark.
Yes.
That's the beauty of it. They're actually taking the input that everybody's giving them and trying to make something that they can work with, work with what their goal is and what the people that are already in the hobbies, the expectations are. So trying to meet both.
All right, that's worked in nice. We'll go ahead and do the quick polish on the front end.
Basic chassis, you can tell it's kind of like a finished product. It looks like a demo. I mean,
And Mark did, the guy that asked the question, Brent, he did a pretty thorough review on it too. He tested out the strength of the magnets. He tested the motor on the dyno. He has a routed track, so he ran it on a routed track. And he said in the comments there that ran better than any extraction chassis he's ever had.
Well, but see, that's what a cam motor is. Okay, I mean, you can not cam motors. Some people like cam motors, some people don't, because you can't really fix
One side.
All of 1/32 are cam motors.
Right.
They've always been that until
Ouch.
so scale.
I hate it when they break.
Even Scale Electric, the 1970 Scale Electric, and like for example the Arden cars.
Hang on, I got to make a new one here.
All your Arden cars had like it's kind of like a cam motor, but it's still a motor you can take.
Oh, sorry, my head bumped the camera.
Rewind it if you
Fat
want.
head.
But 90% of your 1/32 are cam motors, and they really started to do all those in the 80s, and then they went full bore in the 1980s, and then the 1990 Scale Electric was all cam. It was a Higuchi motor. It was the standard Higuchi motor.
So it's kind of neat, these amp chassis they're talking about. The people are from Amp are having these guys do a review on these cars, and then they're taking the input and they're trying to make them better before they release them. So they're in prototype mode, which is cool. I'm pretty excited for this cop car. I need to go up there and see if there's a specific chip that has a hookup for those lights, because I got to order another one. I can just get the right one if that's the case, without doing any minor surgery. But all I think I really need to do is cut that wire from the chip and then wire those into the second headlight. But I'm not 100% sure on that yet, so I'm gonna have to check that out. Whoops.
This was your standard ToJu motor in every single car that was made in the 90s, even all in most of your Flies, Nicos. That was your standard motor always. Now they would change it. Now Skillet or SCX, they had their cam motor.
There we go. Spins nice. Very good. All right. Oh, okay. I always take the old tires and mark what they are in case I want to use them again. We actually ended up like with the race trucks going back to the other tires because they caused trouble with the race trucks and didn't really improve anything, so that's kind of interesting. All right, everything's done other than the this here, and I've got to look into this, so we'll be back in part 2. Metal. Okay, everybody, we got lights in this car, so let's take a look what's in here and how this is set up. Maybe that'll give me a idea where I need to go with it. Okay, it doesn't look like the polarity matters because the polarity varies on these wires. So I imagine that I can use just a headlight. I doubt there's anything different about it. We're gonna have to test that and see if it works. Because what I can do is I've got spare wires from my Carson chips that I can plug right into that.
Things were just built better back then, no matter where it was.
Well, see, those were made, a lot of that stuff was made.
So that's cool.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna cut this off and we'll be back.
See, and that's the
All right, kids, we're back working on the Trooper. Sorry, we love our Iron Maiden. Let's play that song. Anyway, so when we left off, we were looking at the situation here with the power to the lights to the main board, and I got to looking at it, and I'm like, well, why don't I just replicate these settings on this? So that's what we're going to do here in just a second. The Trooper. The Trooper. Is that on Peace of Mind? Yes, it is. All right, you guys get the idea. Okay, so what we need to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut these, and I'm going to leave just a little bit of wire on there so I know which one is which, just in case I forget. Even though the red goes to the gray and the black goes to the purple. We'll leave just a little bit there. You fire your musket butt, I'll run you through. So when you're waiting for the next attack, you better stand. There's no turning back. I used to sing this when we were playing paintball. You know what I mean? As I was running up front to shoot people. Oh, those were the days, man. Sadly, the sport of paintball's not what it was back then. Let me get the light on there. Sorry about that, kids. All right, let me slightly strip this. If I can. Sometimes these real thin wires, you're better off just Trying to burn it. That's what I should have did in the first place. All right, let me get the other one burnt. Ugh. That's why I don't like doing that. Plastic reeks. We won't live to fight another day. That was one thing too about paintball. One of the reasons I always like to run up front. You would always have a glorious death if you didn't make it. And glory means a lot in paintball. Yeah, my team name was the Neurotic Commandos. Alright, where'd that chip go? See? Alright, so red goes to gray. Let me get this in a better position here. There we go. Alright. Red. That was easy enough. Alright. Always shut your soldering iron off when you're done. Alright, we should be in biz here. Let's get this car back together here. Get the chip installed. Here's my screws. Let me grab my driver. One thing great about a magnetic driver, it grabs all your screws. Okay, those aren't the right screws. Oh, here they are. Okay, these go back over here. Okay. All right, the port's still in there. We got to pop the port out there. I don't like this song. Don't like that song. Don't like that song. This song's good. There can be duds, man. They all can't be winners, son. All right. Get this stuff out of the way so I can get to it here. All right, now we'll screw the chip down. think that's the right screw. Let me turn that down a little. I'm gonna get in trouble. All right. I hate it when these lights move on you like that. That just makes me want to hurt people. Oh, it broke. I see. Well, isn't that nice? I don't have the hot glue out right now. You know what? I'm gonna super glue that. Actually, you shouldn't be moving anyway. All right, let's hold that in place for a moment here. All right, the back lights are good. Everything's greased. We got the new tires in, chips in place. Everything should be wired up right. I'm kind of excited to get this bad boy on the track. Oh. I was right, that is the wrong screw. Oh sure, now it doesn't want to come out. All right, there we go. They're all the same. Oh yeah, that's much better. Yeah, that. Oh, come on. Guess I'm turning the soldering iron back on. All right, this wire came loose from this, so now we're gonna have to fix that, and my front headlights came loose already. Oh boy. All right, everybody, we're gonna fix these problems. We'll be back. All right, everybody, success. I just had to tack that wire back down. Didn't take but a second. She's looking really good. Beautiful taillights and headlights, and I know what you guys want to see. And yes, they work. They work really nice. Here, let me set up the main tripod here. Hang on. There we go. Those are nice and bright. Those little mirrors really help. That looks great. I wish it had a siren, but it's all good. So it still needs broke in, but I'll do a quick lap stir around the track here. I got another car coated in there. I got Dave's Mustang doing some tuning. Well, the cops are pulling him over. Wow. Freaking jerks. Oh, he cut him off. Do you see that? Anyway. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning into this tuning video, no pun intended, for the Trooper. I love this cop car. It's really cool. So I'm going to get this baby tuned, and we'll see how she runs once it's, I'm sorry, not tuned, broke in. I got to get it broke in. It's already tuned. I like to break them in fully before I actually run them, like with the Slot Craftmaster method, as I've mentioned. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Metal, and remember, the Trooper's out there looking for muscle cars that are out there running around like that Mustang. All right, see you later, Slot Cowboys. Race on. If you made it this far, please hit the subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber, it helps out the channel, and it doesn't cost anything, and we truly appreciate it. Ring the bell for a new content alert. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.